Hello, it's Sherry from Tranquility Soul Spa, live in your feed. Hello. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited today. I tell you, I feel like a little kid in a candy store or somebody with ants in her pants or something. Anyways, and I don't know why, because it's kind of a gray, gloomy, cloudy day out, and I forgot to close the curtains, so you guys have a little bit of glare, but that's okay. So we are here, and we are talking about letting go this week. And I've been posing over the last couple of days some questions that some of you have been engaging with. And the questions are all about how your anxiety and your stress and your overwhelm show up in your life when it comes to other people. How they change the dynamic of the relationship and why it becomes so difficult to change it back. And they're all about allowing you to really recognize the things that are holding you back, the things that are keeping you stuck, the things where you're like, fuck, I just can't do this. I just don't want to do this anymore. Why am I still stuck here? So one of the tools that we use is called PAF, okay? And this is a really good one for all of the negative thoughts in your head. Now, the negative thoughts in your head are, for the most part, 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time, those negative thoughts in your head are actually your subconscious, that inner child, your judge, your inner critic, whatever you want to call it, protecting you. It's not on purpose. It's not doing these negative thoughts on purpose. It's not trying to hurt you. It's not trying to make your life harder. I swear it. It feels like it is, but I promise it's not. What it's actually trying to do is keep you safe. It's trying to keep you alive, trying to keep you healthy, trying to keep you stuck right where you are, for lack of a better way to put it. Stuck right where you are. And stuck right where you are kind of sucks, doesn't it? Let's be honest here. Stuck right where you are, it's not a very good place to be. We don't want to be here anymore. We want to be somewhere fabulous, having adventures, not stuck. Stuck sucks. But we get stuck. And the reason that we get stuck, the reason that we do this is because of habits. And you're about to be like, bitch, please, if it was that easy. But it is, okay? It's the habit that we have, that we fall into, because it's easier with certain personality types. And I'm not saying this as a judgment in any way, shape, or form. With certain personality types, it is easier to fall into the habit of the self-doubt, of the negative self-talk, of the people-pleasing, of the this, of the that, of the worry about the future, of the anxious and stressed out about the things that happened in the past, the inability to let go of that past story, the inability to just be in the moment and to not be worried about the future and to not be obsessed with how bad the past hurt you. It's habits. I wish it was something else. I wish it was something that didn't require a little bit of effort to get past it, but it isn't. It's habits. So the mindset is created by habits. It is created by positive reinforcement, whether you think it's a positive reinforcement or not. Your subconscious, that inner child, she's getting something from it. I'm not saying that you are getting something from it. I'm not saying it's positive reinforcement that you personally are getting something from it. Your inner child is getting something from these behaviors. She wouldn't do it otherwise. She would not force you to start these habits if there wasn't a payoff for her at the end. Now that you know that it's not you, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to change that? PAF. PAF allows you to break that habit. PAF allows you to create something different in your life. Now, what is PAF? Let's talk about that for a minute, shall we? Because everybody's like, PAF? The fuck is PAF? And so that was the post yesterday. It was about PAF. So PAF stands for permission, allowance, forgiveness, or acceptance and forgiveness. Middle one's kind of up in the air. Permission. Give yourself permission to have these thoughts. Give yourself permission to be who you are right this very second. No judgment, no blame, no nothing. You're permitting yourself to have that thought. You're permitting yourself to have that moment, to have that habit, to have that whatever. You're accepting it. You're allowing it. That's step 2. Accepting, allowing. You're just saying, it's here. No judgment. No judgment. We are a judgment-free zone when we're doing PAF, okay? The third thing, forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive your inner child. That's okay. I love my anyway. I love me anyway. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to recognize this. And not only do I love you anyways, I love you because. I love you because you're trying to keep me safe and warm. I love you because you're worried about me. I love you, I love you, I love you. And then release it. Let it go, which is the whole theme of this week, isn't it? Let it go. Let that shit go. So when you're using PAF, you're using it to change your habits, okay? So what I don't want you to do is use PAF on a thought that's not helpful, on a thought that hurts, on a thought that is not getting you where you want to go. Use PAF and then just go, meh, and then just go right back to that same thought again. That's not how this works. You use PAF, you release it, and then you bring in something healthy and confident and comfortable for yourself. You're like, yeah, that's what I want. That's the feeling that I want. That's how I want it to come into my life. And so you let that yummy juiciness in instead of the crap. Super important. So how do we tie this in to why nobody else is happy about this? Okay, here's the thing. And I say this a lot, and I say this with love, both for you and for them. When people are a certain way, they fit into other people's boxes perfectly. So when you are someone who is insecure, who is a people pleaser, who is, even if you're negative, even if the thing that you are struggling with the most feels super negative for you and it causes friction between you and the other person, even if you can't get out of bed, even if you can't hold down a job, even if, no matter what it is, there's a payoff for the other person. They get to feel better about themselves because of you, because of the behaviors, because of the habits. Remember we talked about habits. So this is, I'm tying it all back in again, okay? The habits that you have fed their need, okay? They fed their ego. It fed their requirements for the relationship. And that's hard to hear. It really is, but it is true. Your being created their being, and their being fed back into your being. It's like a wheel, okay? You're feeding each other, and you keep it going, you keep spinning, and it's just awful. And then when one of you decides that they don't want to spin anymore, the other one can't go by themselves, and you're spinning over here in a different rhythm. I'm gonna try and do this both sides of my brain. But you get where I'm going with this, right? They're over here trying to spin the old way. You now are trying to spin the opposite way, or maybe a different way entirely. Maybe you're over here. Hello, kitty cat. Maybe you're over here. It's imperative that you recognize that there is no bad or wrong in their reactions to this. You're trying to rewrite a contract. You created, okay, kitty cat, you created a contract between the two of you that you would be a certain way, they would be a certain way, and it would work. Okay, you're both playing your part in keeping this going. When one of you doesn't want to play anymore, the other person, and kind of rightly so if you think about it, the other person gets a little busy about it. And it's not about, sorry, the cat's playing with the mouse. It's not about you, except it's totally about you, because you are trying to rewrite the rules of the relationship. And yeah, they can be a little mad about it. And it's uncomfortable for them too, because they knew what to expect from the old you. You were a known quantity in their life. You were in a box. And they knew what to expect, and you served their needs, whatever those needs were, whether that need was to feel better about themselves, to be supported 110%, to be the person who was the chief cook and bottle washer with no complaints, to be the person, whatever it was that you did for the other person. Even if you complained about it, even if the complaining was maybe part of what you did that fed into their need to be complained about. Because we're all humans, we all come with all of this crap in our lives. And we assume that the other person in the relationship is emotionally healthy, but maybe they're not either. So you get into these little codependent relationships that are just tangled and kind of nasty, to be perfectly honest. And then you expect that when you change, as you transform, that the other person is going to be okay with it. Sometimes they are. A lot of time, in fact, I'm not going to say sometimes, a lot of times they are. Okay. If you're both willing to work at it and you're both done. Sometimes if one person pulls out of that cycle, the other one recognizes the cycle and goes, holy fuck, I don't want to live like that anymore. I cannot live like that anymore. I'm done. I'm done too. How are you changing? Let's change together. And you might fall, you might have a moment, you might have slip-ups, but for the most part, you're both walking the path together. Maybe one of you is slightly further ahead, maybe one of you is slightly further behind, but you're trying to create a new reality and a new paradigm for that relationship together. Occasionally, the other person just isn't willing to work with you. Maybe they're a narcissist, maybe they are just not ready for whatever reason. There's no judgment there. There really isn't. We can't have judgment about someone else's behaviors. We just can't. I mean, we could try, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, here's the thing that I know. Even the malignant narcissist, they are approaching their life from their reality, and they are doing the best that they can. The only way that you can approach anyone in this world, and I don't care how toxic they are, is with love and compassion. Now, you can have love and compassion for someone and say, hell no, I am not putting up with this. That's okay. You're allowed to have boundaries as part of this process. But I just want you to recognize that your boundaries are not the be all and end all. There's boundaries, and there's also just being willing to share space, to hold space for these other people, to say, you know what? I recognize that you are in a tough spot right now. I recognize and I honor the fact that your life kind of sucks and you're kind of struggling, and that's okay. And as part of that, as you do that, you open yourself up to the possibilities that they're going to be willing to change too. And you're freeing yourself from the need to continue the cycle, freeing yourself from the anger, freeing yourself from all of the yucky stuff. And isn't that worth it? I consider it to be absolutely worth it to free myself from all of that toxic baggage and to just be able to say, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm so happy with my life and I'm good. It's not easy, but it is so worth it. Ask any of my clients. It is so incredibly worth it to do this work, to make this difference in your life, to transform your life. So that's really all that I've got for you guys today. It's a lot. We did a big circle, right? And, oh, I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping, okay? Facebook changed their algorithm again. So, and they screwed up everybody's notifications. So make sure you go into the group and search around a little bit until you find notifications, and make sure that your notifications are on for this group. And then you have to like and comment on things if you want to continue to see this content. If you don't want to see this content, I don't know much I can do for you. But if you want to see this content, you have to make sure that you're seeing it, that you're getting notified of it, and that you are engaging with it so that you'll actually maybe see it come up in your feed. Because otherwise, you're just not going to see it, and that's going to suck. What else have I got going on? Flash sale is done. So if you were on the fence, shoot me a message, because I might be able to fit you in and still give you the bonuses. And the draw. Oh yes, the draw. The contest that I am running is there's a series of questions in the on my website, and if you answer the questions, you will be entered for a chance to win a 2.5-hour intensive with me. It's pretty awesome, sweet, sweet prize. And I don't have a lot of contest entries yet, so feel free to enter because your odds are pretty good. I think there's only 5 people so far that have entered. So answer the questions. It's just general market research stuff, okay? So if you enter the questions, you're entered automatically. And I'm doing that drawing live on my business page, Tranquility Soul Spa. So if you haven't liked that page, like that page. I'm doing the drawing live on my business page on Thursday at 10 a.m. my time. I'm looking at my calendar here. At 10 a.m. my time, Mountain Time, on Thursday morning. I'll have everybody and I'll put them all in my little handy dandy bowl. And I'm telling you, these Tibetan singing bowls, they're just so handy to have. I will put everybody's name in the bowl and we'll bing the bowl and then we will draw a name. It'll be fabulous. Also, don't forget, while you're over there, I'll drop the link. While you're over there, also grab a copy of my ebook, Stressed Out to Blissed Out, 40-ish pages. It's not huge, but it's got 3 really amazing exercises that are going to absolutely kickstart your shift and get you started on the road to your new blissed out life that's filled with joy and happiness. As well, in there, I also have a mood tracker, which is freaking awesome for tracking your daily moods. I'm creating a little book that's going to go with it that's going to be pretty awesome. It's got all kinds of little journals and mood trackers and vision boards and goal settings. It's kind of a great book. And I can't wait for that to, yes, Churro, I can't wait for that to be, hang on one second, launched on Amazon. So that one is going to be a paid option for people because it's just too amazing to not be a paid option for people. And what else have I got going on? I think that's about it. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a couple of podcast interviews, so keep your eyes peeled. You will be there'll be stuff here in the group to invite you all to watch or listen to them. And I'm pretty excited about it. This is the year that I am launching into the bigger stratosphere and saying, you know what, let's go for some public relations here and really make an impact in women's lives, because truly, it's one of the most important things that you can do is to change people's lives. So that's where I'm at. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to disappear. Have a fabulous day wherever you are on this gorgeous marble that we call Earth. And enjoy your week. I'll talk to you later. And don't forget, use the PAF method and let go of that shit. Bing, release. Bye.